Kilmarnock hope to complete the signing of Dumbarton striker John McQuaid in time for tomorrow's match against Rangers at Ibrox.
Good afternoon to you. For 10 minutes or so, the biggest shock of the season was on the cards at Ibrox this afternoon when 17-year-old Mark Roberts gave Kilmarnock the lead against champions Rangers. But 10 minutes later, Stephen Pressley got the equaliser. Latest score we have is still Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 1. And it could well be that Motherwell will open up some daylight at the top of the Premier table tonight, because the latest we have from Ibrox is still Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 1. And Kilmarnock acquitting themselves very well indeed in their first visit to Ibrox for 10 years. And Kilmarnock have just gone in front at Ibrox. Bobby Williamson, a former Rangers player, terrific irony there. Kilmarnock lead Rangers by 2-1. It's not yet the final score, but that is a sensation on the cards at Ibrox. Hardly the ideal preparation for the Dons with that League Cup quarter-final to come at Ibrox, but even worse preparation for Rangers. The final score at Ibrox, Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 2. The newly promoted Ayrshire have beaten the champions at Ibrox. Bobby Williamson getting the winner for Kilmarnock. We'll have the details in just a few minutes, but that really is a real stunner at Ibrox this afternoon. Well, what about that scoreline from Ibrox? Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 2. What happened? Chick Young will tell us.
The shock, 97, would you believe, minutes of the season so far, which began with the surprise return of Gary Stevens for Rangers after 14 months in the football wilderness. But that was only a foretaste of what was to come. Killie were to take a stunning lead in a match played at an electric pace. A fine goal by an outstanding young player, Mark Roberts. Sean McSkimming made it with a run down the left, and a sweet cross was met by Roberts' diving header. Rangers, with Ian Durrant replacing Duncan Ferguson, equalised, courtesy of a header by Stephen Pressley, but the drama still wasn't over. Referee Taylor was forced to stop play for 3 minutes while he was treated for cramp by Killie physio Hugh Allen, and after that everything just went crazy. Kilmarnock scored the winner with 96 minutes on the clock. It fell for Bobby Williamson, once a Rangers player, just inside the 6-yard box. He simply slotted it into the open goal, and behind that goal these Kilmarnock fans started their singing and dancing, which I'm sure you can hear they're still doing away to my left. Now, it's Rangers' first defeat at Ibrox since March 1992 when they lost to Celtic, but the singing and dancing tonight in Kilmarnock may go on deep into tonight. That shock scoreline from Ibrox again, Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 2.
And a result, as they say, which will burst 1,000,000 coupons. But what a wonderful boost for Kilmarnock on the return to the top flight. Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 2.
Partick Thistle 0, Celtic 1. Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 2.
But the table is led by Motherwell, who are undefeated and now lead by 2 over Rangers after that shock 2-1 defeat for Rangers at the hands of Kilmarnock this afternoon. Dundee United, Celtic, Hearts and Aberdeen all on 5 points, with Hibs and Kilmarnock on 4, and Dundee at the bottom, one of 4 clubs yet to win a match. The headline makers today in Scotland were certainly 17-year-old Mark Roberts and Bobby Williamson, who scored for Kilmarnock in their stunning 2-1 win at Ibrox, Rangers' first home defeat for 18 months. Before we leave you though, let's have a look at tomorrow morning's headlines. Scotland on Sunday, Kilmarnock bruised the Ibrox Eagle. Legions from Ayrshire almost choked with emotion after a memorable afternoon of football. Congratulations today though to the headline makers, Kilmarnock. They beat Rangers 2-1 for their first win at Ibrox since 1960. Goodbye for now.
The day's biggest coupon buster is at Ibrox. Then, at about 4:20, our comprehensive coverage of Scottish football begins with the shock of the day from Ibrox, Kilmarnock's sensational defeat of Rangers. We'll also have the highlight. Hello again. 4 league games into last season, Rangers suffered their first defeat, and that was their 4-3 loss up at Dens Park in Dundee. They were then to go 44 games unbeaten. Game 4 of this new campaign saw Gary Stevens and Rangers line up for the first time since February, replacing Fraser Wishart, while Duncan Ferguson and Mark Hateley resumed their twin striking role. For Kilmarnock, it was a big day for teenager Mark Roberts, playing his first ever Premier Division match from the start. The referee is Ian Taylor from Edinburgh. Our commentator as usual, Jerry McNee.
So away we go, in a supercharged atmosphere for the first Premier League meeting between these clubs in a decade. Kilmarnock were here 3 years ago today, in fact, in League Cup business when they lost 1-0. And Tommy Burns, the Kilmarnock manager, promising to be as positive as possible this afternoon. So many teams have come here on board, what's often the biggest crowd in Britain, and that is an obvious danger for the game of football in the longer term. So let's hope for a good open match. This is Rangers' third home game of the season, and delighted to welcome back Gary Stevens for his first game since the 20th of February. So Walter Smith getting his team back together, slowly but surely. It's Richard Gough making an early challenge, and the free kick goes Rangers' way. Knocked down there by Hadley, getting the better of Mlln. They're through now looking for Mikhailchenko. And it's a throw-in to Rangers' Gus MacPherson, of course, who began his career here at Ibrox in 1986. Moved on to Kilmarnock 4 years later. This is Mark Roberts trying to get forward, but Rangers picking up the play again. Good play that by Trevor Stephen, bringing Gary Stevens into the game. McSkimming going to meet him. Then comes a high cross, but no one in at the far post area. However, Gus MacPherson obviously didn't know that. There's such a din here. I suppose defenders trying to shout to one another. The messages are not getting through. Big noisy crowd. The short corner to Mikhailchenko. Back it goes to Trevor Stephen. Shot here for Murray. Oh, that's a marvellous save by Bobby Geddes. Neil Murray getting in the shot, and Geddes responding for the short corner there. Mikhailchenko playing it back to Trevor Stephen, and it came to the middle, not properly cleared. It was left there for Neil Murray to get in the shot. It was well angled, and what a good save by Bobby Geddes. Robertson's in there using his pace. It's Robertson, and another excellent save from Bobby Geddes. Well, Robertson's such a pacey player, he caught the defence there and got in a good effort, which was well taken by Geddes. That's two excellent saves from the Kilmarnock keeper. The game being played at a frantic pace. Right through to Williamson. He's got McCluskey going through the middle. McSkimming's running in support as well. Still it's Williamson. Through now to Sean McSkimming. The shot goes in and well taken by Ali Maxwell. Good break forward that by Kilmarnock. And that brings roars of approval from the fans. It was Williamson who played it through to McSkimming. And the first time shot, a real test there for Ali Maxwell. McCluskey decides to take on Mikhailchenko. This is Williamson now. He could have been out there a bit earlier. Williamson running into trouble in the shape of Robertson. Mikhailchenko comes in support, plays it through looking for Hadley. And across comes Mlln. Andy Mlln sliding in with a very important challenge. A couple of mistakes there in the Kilmarnock defence, putting themselves under needless pressure. This is Robertson looking for Hadley. It's Mikhailchenko driving it through, and Trevor Stephen got his foot to the ball, and Mark Roberts was in there with him. So the high ball played in to Hadley, and Mikhailchenko having a swipe at it. Come off Trevor Stephen. Robertson again, and that's a throw in, and Gus MacPherson was failing to keep that one in play. So the Rangers upping the tempo a bit. It's Ferguson in there, now it's Hadley, and that's a corner kick, the ball coming off Andy Mlln. And this big Ibrox crowd getting behind Rangers. Gough moves forward. Presley's gone into the area as well. There's a lot of jostling going on. It's Trevor Stephen who fires in the ball. Hadley climbs for it. The goalkeeper's under pressure here, and he touches it over for the corner. Well, the Kilmarnock defenders looking for a free kick because of Gough's challenge on Geddes. Well, the referee has given a couple of free kicks Geddes' way. He was under a lot of pressure here as Gough came in. But the referee immediately pointing out towards the corner flag. Again, there's a lot of jostling going on inside the 6-yard area. You've got to hand it to Kilmarnock have come here and made a game of this so far. But, Rangers don't like it a bit. They're pushing forward at every opportunity. A lot of pressure again here. Punched away by Bobby Geddes. Kilmarnock getting plenty of players forward here. This is Josh McCluskey. Laying it off for Mitchell. Driving it through, and that's a fine save by Ali Maxwell. Ali Mitchell's shot, Ali Maxwell's save. George McCluskey, of course, is so good in this type of situation, holding up the ball, teeing it up there for Mitchell. He responded well, and what a save by Maxwell. It's a good ball, meanwhile, from Ian Ferguson to Gary Stevens. That's Trevor Stephen. Play. It's a throw in to Kilmarnock. Tom Black sticking well to the task there. As Trevor Stephen trying to get in the cross. This is Tom Black, the former St Mirren player, who signed a couple of years for Kilmarnock. The throw forward, it's returned by Richard Goff. It's Mikhailichenko. Ferguson! Well, Duncan Ferguson coming so close to his first goal for Rangers. Ian Ferguson played it through. A delightful little touch by Alexei Mikhailichenko. It's left by Hateley, and the turn by Duncan Ferguson, and that one just inches away. So still waiting for his first goal since Rangers paid £4 million for him. This is just his second competitive match. Really is worth asking. If Duncan Ferguson's worth $4 million, what is Mark Hateley worth, the way he's been playing? Here come Kilmarnock now. This is MacPherson. Just too much in that one as he's trying to pick out Mark Skilling. Kilmarnock have had to defend on a couple of excellent saves by Bobby Geddes. They've given a very good account of themselves, and at the other end Ali Maxwell has had to do a bit of work as well. But here come Rangers through Hateley. Just too many defenders around them. Eventually it was Ray Montgomery stepping in and sending the ball behind for the corner. So the odds were always stacked against Hateley there. Too many Kilmarnock players around them, but Rangers get the corner, and again it's Trevor Stephen coming across. To take the corner. There's a good shot going in from Ferguson. The ball's deflected behind for the corner. Well, Ferguson, who's an excellent scoring form, 3 goals in 5 games so far, almost striking again. Mikhailichenko left high there. He got in a good shot. The goalkeeper had committed himself, and the ball deflected behind. Duncan Ferguson gets a touch, looking for Hateley, and left there by Gus MacPherson to his goalkeeper, and he's every right to have confidence in Bobby Geddes, who's had an excellent first half. There goes the half-time whistle. Well, very much a tale of 2 goalkeepers in the opening 45 minutes. Bobby Geddes making a couple of excellent saves. One from Neil Murray, diving to his right and pushing the ball behind for the corner. At the other end, Ali Maxwell doing likewise from Ali Mitchell after the ball had been teed up by George McCluskey. Maxwell flying off to his right and pushing the ball behind. The half-time score here at Ibrox Stadium. Rangers 0, Kilmarnock 0. So here we go for the second half. As this huge crowd settles again. And certainly the first half played at a tremendous pace. And we might have had a few goals had it not been for excellent goalkeeping. So immediately Kilmarnock pushing forward. That's laid off by Williamson. This is Mitchell, and he's challenged by Neil Murray. Neil Murray there, of course, has a connection with Kilmarnock going back to the age of 12 when he trained with them. He had a chance to join them. This afternoon he's playing against them. Meanwhile, that ball goes behind for the goal kick. Playing a long ball through now, looking for Duncan Ferguson. He's challenged by Ray Montgomery. Here comes Alexei Mikhailichenko, and the ball just falling behind Mark Hadley. No play going on, and that ball goes Kilmarnock's way. The referee stepping in. But what a chance there for Rangers. Mikhailichenko came rushing in as Duncan Ferguson toppled to the ground, and the ball just fell behind Hadley. Laid off by Williamson. This is MacPherson. Williamson again. And another good interception by Goff. Long one played through now for Duncan Ferguson. Can he score here? It's off the post. Well, still he awaits his first goal for Rangers. And that brings tremendous applause from the Rangers fans. No play, raging on. And eventually the ball goes out for the throw-in. It's Ferguson showing all of his running power, getting in behind the defence, taking the ball down in his chest and rattling it against the left-hand post of Bobby Geddes. Swept away by Andy Mlln. Kilmarnock with nobody forward. And now it's David Robertson. Long one for Murray to chase. McSkimming's in there. And Kilmarnock get the throw-in. McSkimming's had a good game this afternoon also. At home in defence or midfield. It's MacPherson's throw-in. Touched by Presley, but Roberts was in there. And it's a nice switch of play to Sean McSkimming. Gary Stevens with him all the way, gets in the cross, the header, Kilmarnock take the lead, and it's Mark Roberts, the youngster, the 17-year-old. And the Kilmarnock fans are jubilant. Well, Sean McSkimming appeared to have lost his chance. He was chased all the way by Gary Stevens. And he did brilliantly to get in the cross. And young Mark Roberts, who had won the ball in his own half, still pushing forward to finish off the move spectacularly. In came the cross, the downward header, and into the roof of the net. Well, what an afternoon for this young lad from Mlln. Neil Murray. Stevens. Murray again. Murray sends in the high one. Hadley attacks the ball. And well handled by Bobby Geddes. Hadley did well there. The high ball played in by Murray. And Hadley attacking it. Climbing above the defender. And well taken by the goalkeeper. Now it's Black for Kilmarnock to McSkimming. Good running by McSkimming. Taking on just one man too many. But it's given away, the chance on here. Well, the mistake there by Neil Murray. Really giving the ball away to Ali Mitchell. When there seemed to be no danger at all. And a complete miscue there. Neil Murray, who's had an excellent match, almost giving the game away. This is Murray, switching it to Robertson. Mikhailichenko's wide. He hits the early cross, the header going in there. And a fine save. David Robertson it was initially who sent the ball to Mikhailichenko. He made up the ground and Mikhailichenko sent in the early cross. His header brilliantly tipped over by Geddes. Floated in by Durant. Presley's up there. And Stephen Presley scores for Rangers. Rangers won. Kilmarnock won. 72 minutes gone. And Stephen Presley gets his first goal for Rangers. And what an important goal it is too. It was floated in by Ian Durant. He out-jumped the goalkeeper. And absolute delight for Stephen Presley. And the referee's struggling a bit here. I'm not surprised the pace this game's been going at. And happily the referee has recovered and we can get on with the game. And this is Mitchell. And Presley going in there making the challenge on Williamson, and Kilmarnock have the corner kick. Still Kilmarnock causing Rangers problems in the latter stages of this match. Good shot to Williamson. That's MacPherson sending in the cross, the header from McCluskey. George McCluskey still carrying a threat as well. It's Gus MacPherson's cross. That certainly had the goalkeeper under a bit of pressure right on the line. It's played through now to Mikhailchenko. And the ball goes behind for the corner. Bobby Geddes and his defenders. Durant swings on the ball. The header! Richard Goff's header is still not properly cleared. It's picked up now by Murray. And charged down there by McSkimming. Another corner kick. Well, Richard Goff's header had looked net bound. So McCluskey and Roberts, the scoring hero, going off there. Mlln, Colleen Porteous and Tom Brown. Well, Kilmarnock battling to the last. It's Montgomery. This is MacPherson. Played almost 4 minutes of injury time. And it's Presley under pressure here now. Presley losing it to Brown. The two substitutes combining. And it's Williamson. And the former Rangers player has scored a great, incredible goal in 4 minutes of injury time. Bobby Williamson. It's Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 2. Well, what an incredible finish here at Ibrox. Rangers getting themselves into all kinds of trouble defensively. The two substitutes combined. Brown and Porteous. Presley it was, who was caught by Tom Brown. Porteous come in, the goalkeeper made the save, and there was Bobby Williamson to finish off one of the easiest chances of his career. So Rangers staring defeat in the face for the first time this season. Well, all credit to Kilmarnock, but Walter Smith will be horrified at the manner in which both goals were given away. Both defensive errors, the ball given away on both occasions, but Bobby Williamson will not be worrying about that. And it's all over. Two tremendous points for Tommy Burns and Kilmarnock. And the Kilmarnock fans rightly delighted. A battling performance by the side. There's a man who grabbed the winning goal, Bobby Williamson. A very dramatic afternoon indeed here at Ibrox Stadium. It was Mark Roberts who put Kilmarnock ahead after 61 minutes. McSkimming got the better of Stevens on the left side, whipped in the cross, and there was Roberts with the downward header to put the ball into the back of the net. After 72 minutes, Stephen Presley pulled it back. Durant sent the ball in from the left, and Presley out-jumped the goalkeeper to head the ball home. And then Williamson finishing off after the two substitutes had combined in injury time. The final score here at Ibrox Stadium: Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 2.
So what a finish, a sensational 2-1 win for Killie, and afterwards Jerry spoke to a jubilant Tommy Burns.
Tommy Tommy, you promised a positive approach by Kilmarnock. You certainly delivered it.
Yeah, we're certainly was a game we're looking forward to, Jerry. And I'm just delighted for the players. They've put a wonderful effort in and have done since I took over. And we're wonderful supporters. And I think between the two of them today, they made it a memorable day for everybody connected with Kilmarnock Football Club.
Well, Jerry, it's fair to say Killie certainly deserved to leave Ibrox with something yesterday.
They certainly did. Rangers and their fans won't be happy, but I'm sure they've got a grudging admiration for the way Tommy Burns and his players went about their business, and they fairly ruined Duncan Ferguson's home debut. He himself might have had a couple of goals. He was quite unlucky, and it could have been a different story, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I think certainly having played 3 games in a week took its toll yesterday in Duncan Ferguson. I don't think the sharpness was there, but certainly if I was a Rangers fan I wouldn't be worried too much. I mean, I think without question it'll be a smash hit at Ibrox and they'll start scoring plenty of goals. Even at this stage in the game after an hour he's still got enough power and pace to get past the defender here, and unlucky hitting the post there.
Gordon, Killie keeper Bobby Geddes, he made some important saves throughout the game, but especially in the first half.
Well, he had a fantastic match. I mean, a little black mark I suppose against him for the Rangers equaliser, but we won't dwell on that because he had such a good game. Just one good save after another, that one from Davy Robertson here, and I think in particular at set pieces, because Rangers bombarded him with like in-swinging corners. I mean, you've got Gough, Haley and Duncan Ferguson facing, that would make any goalkeeper shaking his boots, but he handled those situations really well. Then another fine save for Davy Robertson, but it was just one good save after another.
Jerry, what a dream performance from young Mark Roberts in his first performance at Ibrox.
That's right, he came on as a substitute at Aberdeen a couple of weeks ago and did well there, but he looked a confident. It's great to see these young players coming through. He was confident after the match as well. He said he waited to score his goal because his pals were all up at the Broomloan end.
Yeah, he showed a lot of maturity. I mean, and I can't really remember him giving the ball away yesterday at all. I mean, he did the good things simple, which is always a sign of a good player, and he just topped off a fantastic day, obviously, with scoring this goal. Good diving head, and in actual fact could have scored another not long after if it wasn't for a terrific Richard Gough tackle.
It was easy to see as well, Gordon, why Sean McSkimming gets so many Player of the Year awards last season, because he went deep and fought for the ball. He was up and down that left channel the whole day, attacking, defending, and terrific.
Well, we'd watched him at the end of last season against Hamilton, and I think we were impressed then, Jerry, and yesterday worked extremely hard, certainly in defensive situations and getting forward as well in the first half. But I thought it was the second half he come into his own, and I mean, this is a delightful little cross. He obviously set up Roberts for the goal as well. Puts another good cross in there, and he was still going very strong, because I thought Kilmarnock adopted a really positive approach to the game, particularly when Rangers equalised. I mean, they never sat back and crumbled as you might have expected. They went and had a go, and as Tommy Burns says, the fans were magnificent as well.
Gordon, Gus MacPherson, former Rangers player, he went back to Ibrox and he made some important interceptions.
Yeah, well, there's a very tenacious performance for Gus MacPherson, as it was from the whole Kilmarnock back four. I mean, it was a brave performance and a determined one as well. And obviously, Tommy Burns and Billy Stark have got them extremely well organised as well, because Haley and Ferguson were getting a lot of flick-ons, but the Kilmarnock defenders and Gus MacPherson in particular were reading those situations really well.
A few good performances. I mean, Mark Skillen, I mentioned him during commentary, had an excellent game. Andy Mlln as well, another good buy by Tommy Burns. And Tommy's starting to make his mark as a manager. But I think you'd agree, Gordon, that Rangers are missing Stuart McCall from their midfield. They're missing John Brown as well, but McCall is a real driving force, and midfield is suffering at the moment.
Without question, without taking anything away from Kilmarnock yesterday, it was their day. The fans had a great day, their players played magnificent, but if you look right through the centre of the team, you've got Gorham out, you've got John Brown out, you've got Stuart McCall out, and you've got Ali McCoist out. Probably the 4 outstanding players last year, and that's a lot for any team to handle, even with Rangers with a big squad.
All right, well, from today, we're giving you, the fans, your chance to put your points to Jerry and to Gordon. Alan Gray from Eaglesham phoned earlier to criticise Rangers for, as he describes it, simply punting high balls into the penalty box. But he also thinks that Alexei Mikhailichenko isn't playing for the jersey and that he shouldn't be in the team. Jerry?
Well, the temptation's got to be there to play high balls, hasn't it? I mean, Duncan Ferguson's 6'3" and Mark Haley's 6'2½". But I think what Rangers have got to do, we're talking about the midfield, once that's functioning properly again, they've got to get in behind defences, they've got to get in quality crosses to these players. I don't think there's any doubt about that. On Mikhailichenko, I would say, yes, he has been a disappointment. He still shows some marvellous touches, but you don't get enough from him. and I would think it's unlikely he'll appear in the Rangers jersey again. I think maybe Rangers are getting to the stage that they're losing their patience with him, and maybe the jersey's not so much in a shaky peg, but not going to be there at all. Unless Rangers are right down to the bone.
Do you go with that, Gordon?
Well, certainly Michalchenko was a big disappointment yesterday, and I mean, one goes with the other, the high ball thing, because Rangers were getting no width, and if you're going to get the best out of Ferguson and Hateley, you need players getting into wide situations. Trevor Stephen looked sharp, but he wasn't really getting past full backs, and Alex Michalchenko, well, he was just anonymous yesterday, and I mean, he was a big disappointment. He does produce wonderful bits of class, and he's nice to watch at times, but he doesn't do it often enough, and that is a problem position for Rangers just now, the left-hand side of midfield. They've tried 1 or 2, 3 players there, and nobody's been able to make that position their own.
Another caller wonders, Jerry, why Fraser Wishart wasn't brought on to replace Gary Stevens, who was obviously feeling the pace.
Yes, I thought at one stage that maybe Walter Smith would bring Fraser Wishart on, because he has been playing well. But I would think maybe there are tactical reasons. Obviously, he wants to get Gary Stevens back into the side as quickly as possible. And it was important to get him a game, albeit Rangers lost to 2 points yesterday. But I think maybe Rangers were looking forward to next Wednesday against Aberdeen. Now, Fraser Wishart, well as he's played, is not that great in the air, and I think he'd admit that. So I think Rangers are thinking that Gary Stevens would at least deal with the threat of Mixu Patalainen on Wednesday, because he does tend to peel off to the left. But as we heard from Paul Cooney at the start of the programme, Rangers are hoping to have David MacPherson back in time for this game.
Interesting call. Gordon and myself. Bye for now.